Okay, here's a theory. In the Matrix universe, did the machines create the Matrix to save the human race? Because we nearly went extinct. This is an awesome theory that I've just read from Thaddeus Howze, who's otherwise known as ebonstorm on Twitter and stuff. General sci-fi awesome geek. Basically, this theory proposes, what if the machines are on the humans' team? What if the machines, they met their maker, effectively, and instead of trying to kill the maker or control them, they try to save their maker? Listen to this, I'm going to read on, explain as we go as well, and you tell me what you think. What if machines, during the Great War of man versus machine, realizing the irrationality of humanity and their inability to stop fighting a war they couldn't win, decided to take a drastic step? A step so drastic, it would likely kill 3/4 of the human race before the project was done. Humanity was already losing the war, and unless the AIs did something soon, humanity would be extinct. So this is saying the similar kind of theory to Matrix within a Matrix theory, which is completely debunked many times. But it's the similar kind of thing in that what if the wider world is also a lie and a system of control, but it's a good system of control that's basically there to save the human race. You'll see as I read on, but this theory puts forward, what if the machines created the Matrix in response to the man versus machine war? Because they saw humans lost the war. I put to you, the AIs, the machine descendants of humanity, found their makers flawed. And rather than destroying them, as they clearly could have, as shown in the Animatrix, they instead engaged in a subterfuge so great they kept the truth hidden away from the Matrix itself. And that's such a good point about the machines being able to destroy humans. It's so true, even without this theory, just generally within the Matrix, the machines could destroy the entire human race like that. They are robots that have been perfecting their machinery every single second of every single day of every single week of month of the year for hundreds of years. It's perfect killing machines times 1,000. So they could end the human race if they wanted to, like that. Now we know they don't because they're using the energy source from human bodies. However, the effectiveness of the machines being killing machines is part of this theory here. I propose that the AIs of the machine world are, and have been for centuries, acting as caretakers of the human race, until humanity has evolved to a state where cohabitation between machines and man can be more hospitable. Since the machines have an advantage of having met their maker, they decided to help us become more of what we could be and less of what we are. So we'll go into much more detail about the theory now, but that's it in a nutshell. It's basically saying the machines gained awareness, at some point in the war, and said, oh my god, our inventors almost ended their entire race because we are so effective at killing. Instead of controlling them and sucking up their energy, I'm gonna just keep them calm, keep them placid for a few hundred years, and every 100 years I'm gonna wake some up, see if they've gotten better, and then reset them again. And then every 100 years the machines and the humans will gradually fit together better, they'll gradually live together more harmoniously, and eventually the humans will be more of a peaceful species. That's what the machines are trying to do in this theory. The claim of using humans as a power source is patently false. Humans are inefficient energy sources at best, converting only 14% of their food into energy at all. It would be cheaper to grind up humans and burn them for their innate energy output. This is one of the main kind of criticisms of the films, just in general. Like, a lot of people say, oh, technically the human body doesn't produce much energy. Yeah, that's true. That's one of the main criticisms of the films. It is certainly easier to get geothermal energy from the core of the planet or to build thorium reactors. Yeah, that's a very good point. We even see in the film that Tank says that humans live near the Earth's core where it's still warm. Therefore, the energy is right there. And as we see in the Matrix Revolutions, the machines can easily drill down, way down into the Earth's crust and lower to get geothermal energy. Assuming the humans that escape from the Matrix are truly free and not engaged within a matrix, the machines also have anti-gravity technology that could allow them to escape the Earth and harvest materials for whatever technologies they needed from other places in the solar system. This is one part of the theory that I'm not fully on board with though, is because Operation Darkstorm that scorched the sky stops electricity from working at the cloud level. So whilst I think this theory is fascinating, that's one point that I'm just thinking, that's a bit irrelevant. This idea makes almost everything done in the Matrix make far more sense. The machines create an environment, at first to help the remnants of humanity, because they decide not to kill their makers. Was it an ethical program or decision? Was it a logical one? Perhaps it was simply a decision that was made because they had the upper hand and could decide to make it. Remember that the machines were created in man's own image, as the quote says, so anything that the humans would have done just as a society, the machines might try to copy. So it's not just the kind of evil control thing. There have been plenty of humans that have helped their society. That could be the explainer for how and why the machines did this. You know, it's saying one of the programs takes after a more communal, caring human. So here are more points that they say make the theory fit within the film already. So everything the Oracle and the Architect said would remain relatively true, except they would both have been in collusion, and this would explain why this event has happened more than once. They would be applying what they learned each time to the newer iterations of the Matrix and its inhabitants. Again, that explains really well why the Matrix keeps on changing. We don't just see the Matrix being reset every 100 years, it's reset and it gets changed. So look at things like another version of the Matrix in the Animatrix. We see one where it's all film noir and black and white. There was a cycle in the world record Animatrix film where the agents looked completely different. Again, we're seeing the cycle change every time. It's not just simply reset, start over, reset, start over. We're seeing the cycle improve every time. So that's a way that this theory does kind of fit in that sense as well. This becomes especially poignant if you consider that the Matrix is leveled and the escapees are simply moving up one level in the program to be reintegrated later as better, later versions of themselves. This also explains how Neo is different to the rest. Now, of course, we do know that the Oracle is the one that changed Neo in this cycle, but still, this wider truth, this wider theory, kind of explains why the Oracle did that. Even the old programs, such as the Merovingians, serve their purpose as adversaries of the One, again and again, and perhaps they are very old programs whose abilities have not evolved beyond what they did and what they were first created by the system that created the Matrix. So what this is basically saying is the Merovingian and all the enemies of the Red Pills are punching bags. They're going to the gym whenever they have to fight ancients. That's basically what this is putting forward. Again, that fits really well in this theory. Even the renegade Agent Smith appeared to serve the Matrix and the system. He believed he was independent of the system, but managed to maintain the ability to co-opt system resources as needed without the Matrix mounting any response to his efforts. For example, once he captures the One, the Matrix is reset and all is as it should be. Destroyed sectors are erased and restored to their previous conditions. Also, Zion is liberated and the people who live there have a new understanding and relationship with the machines, just as the system would appear to want. Also, Neo is venerated by the machines and given a resting place of status as a sacrifice to their greater goals of peace with their makers. This point does kind of explain away the question of how Smith was able to so easily copy himself and basically run the Matrix without being, stopped. Of course, the Oracle in the actual films, the Oracle wrote some kind of special code that allowed him to do this, but still, he had ultimate power, and really, the machines could have done something to try to stop him, and they didn't. I know this sets the entire mythos on its ear, but I have never believed for a moment in the story of using humanity as batteries to be a viable one. Even if you blocked the sun, the Earth is still a great source of energy. Geothermal power, thorium reactors, hydroelectric or tidal energy, all are still quite viable. The machines could establish a geothermal plant while they were fighting the war against humanity, and humans would have never known it. Again, that's a good point. The humans have Zion, that's it. There's a few maybe tiny little pockets of places elsewhere on the planet, but the main human centre is Zion. The machines could be tunneling near volcanoes, they could be setting up strange kind of windmill systems all over the sea, like all over the entire sea, all over the entire planet. Humans would have no idea. So this theory, again, it takes into account the idea of humans as an energy source and kind of explains it away. I put forward the machines gave humans what they wanted to see until the day where humans and machines could live together in peace. Since humans believed they needed to fight for their freedom, they stayed invested in the struggle, alert, aware, and ambitious. The theory saying that the machines deliberately gave the humans this struggle, not to control them, but to keep them going for hundreds of years, again and again and again, just so eventually the humans would stop being so combative. The Matrix promoted, tested, and challenged these people. What good was saving a crippled humanity if we lost the exploratory and adventurous nature the next step of humanity and machines would need to explore the universe beyond the Earth? Yeah, this is saying basically, why would the machines want to kill humans if it was humans that made them? It was humans' adventurous, never say die, let's just make technology because we can attitude that created the machines in the first place. The machines were shepherding us until we could get our act together and understand there's no such thing as artificial intelligence, just a different kind of intelligence which found its origin in the machine rather than flesh. This perspective makes The Matrix a much more interesting and hopeful movie series than just another summer blockbuster, full of sound and explosions signifying nothing. Okay, that last bit was a bit too harsh. But basically, yeah, that's the key here. It's a bit more hopeful. The machines were on the human side the whole time, because the machines see that humans can change. So the theory says the machines saw the humans almost extincting themselves, put them in a kind of self-controlled little virtual world for a few hundreds of years, not to control them, but to shepherd them, but to babysit the humans until the humans can learn to live amongst the machines. And The Matrix Resurrections did show us that that is kind of what's happening. That's another little thing about this theory. It's written a long time ago, but Matrix Resurrections does show machines living amongst humans better than they were during the first three films. We're seeing that this goal of shepherding the humans until they learn to live amongst machines is happening in the fourth film. But what do you think? Do you think this theory is terrible, or do you agree? Also, what do you think about this style of video, of me going through theories and reading them and explaining them with a bit of context and give my opinion on them? I thought it was really fun to read Thadeus's, and I loved talking about it now in this video, so thank you, Thadeus. I personally love reading Matrix theories just as a fan, so if you want to see more of these kind of videos where I go through and present different ideas from different people about the Matrix world, let me know in the comments below, okay? My name is George, this is Jam Punch, and I will see you next time for many more Matrix videos.